All right, back in the shop, and things are about to get sketchy here. I don't have a transmission jack, so I lowered the Studebaker down onto this tire that's on this tool cart, and I'm going to drop the gas tank onto that. Should be a lot easier than me trying to wrench the bolts out and catch it. So we'll see what happens. I got to get the gas tank out. Then I'm not going to start cutting the trunk floor out, but then I'm going to pull, probably just start looking at pulling the transmission out or unbolting it so that we can get this motor pulled out today. So that's my goal. By the end of tonight, get this motor out on the floor on a pallet and get rid of it. All right. All right. Got the gas tank out. Only spilled a little bit. This thing's pretty mangled though. It appears that this thing like backed into something, pulled into something. Both ends of the tank are crushed. And it's leaking fuel, so I need to do something about that like right now. But got it out, didn't kill anybody yet, so stay tuned. All right, next up here, we got to get this transmission out, and man, I got to find the bolts. Like they're in there somewhere. That's the transmission mounts. There's one of the bolt heads that I just dug out. There's the other one. So, got to go excavating for these top ones. Wow, this thing is nasty. I bet I said that a million times, and I'll say it a million more, but yeah, we're gonna get there. It's just gonna be a bit of work. All right, engine's out, and it's over here on the floor. So, that's a good thing. Got it out. Anybody wants it, give me a call. Either that or I'm going to start taking it apart and call my buddy in town, the scrap man, have him come pick it up. And I hate to do that. All right, so let's take a look at this. So still need to get out that cross member. There's a bunch of bolts that go through the frame, one that goes through the floor. I might just cut it with the plasma cutter there and take it out and leave those two little legs as supports for the floor, right? I think it's kind of super overkill. There's like, let's see, 4, 8, 9, 10 bolts holding it to the frame. Most modern cars don't have that many. So I get that, and then I got to start on this. So I'm gonna get this linkage. You can see now why, like, no modern engines with a sump back there will really fit. The sump's got to be way back, which means the engine's got to be set way back. I'm going to go ahead and take all this linkage out, probably pull out the steering column, get that out of the way. Then I'm going to get this thing, well, before I do all that, I'm going to get it over there and and get it out of the way so we're not tying the lift up. Got to get some more jack stands. I'm going to put it up on jack stands over there next to the Healy, and then I'll get the LS. I just want to see what it looks like sitting in there, kind of notionally, but I know this frame won't work. There's just too much going on here with the way the cross member's shaped. I don't feel like, buying these like trunnion and kingpin and rebuild parts of this thing are super expensive. Everybody says, oh, don't put a Don't put a Mustang 2 front end on it. This is a great setup. It's just not conducive for hot rodding. So what I'll do is I'll get all this will all get cut out. I'll take some measurements to the center line of my hub, right? I've already taken some preliminary measurements. I'm going to use this as a fixed point here up. I'll probably, before I cut that, take a measurement here and then bolt this frame back together with a piece of angle iron using the locations for the radiator support, just to get everything kind of where it should be. I'm going to get the engine and the trans mounted together. I think initially I'm going to go with a standard type transmission, only because I don't want to dump $2,800 right now for a transmission. Blocking them there. For a adapter plate for the LS. It's like $1,400, and then something like $2,000 almost for the turbo Lamic ECU. I think I will probably go with the Max ECU. Got to talk to Calvin a little bit more on that, but standard BMW shifter, pretty cool. Go look up some videos on 8HP 70 conversions. Even 8HP 45, 8HP 50s are really good transmissions for street cars too, if you're not pumping a lot of horsepower out. I think the 8HP 70 is going to be overkill for Stewie, but I want it, and I got it. So we'll see. I'm going to try and see if I can source some aluminum to make an adapter plate, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, stay tuned for more. All right, been scraping and wire brushing and broke a wire brush, but got some of the crust off. Man, I don't even know where all this stuff came from. This thing must have leaked oil for decades. I still got to clean out that pocket there with the vacuum cleaner, clean up over there. I've just been looking for areas where I can measure. So I'm probably going to use this to take my measurement to my ball joint center line. So when I put in the Mustang 2 front end, I'll have a good one. I already measured this. I'll get a support in there. Look, you can see all that stuff. Stuff's just coming out. I did also see that, I believe, because I see this paint underneath the undercoating, that is the original color. And somebody had repainted it at some point. Obviously there was body work done to it because of the Bondo on the fenders, but that was the original paint. This darker blue versus the lighter blue. I like the patina. That's the way this thing's going to stay. I think I'm going to call it a night for tonight, and then tomorrow I'm going to slide this thing over into its home in the other bay, move the Volkswagen, and then start working on pulling the interior out and some other stuff. I had to order U-bolts for the rear end because I'm dumb and forgot that. So U-bolt spring perches. I'll probably put some type of, if I'm going to keep these springs, I'll probably put some type of slapper bars on it. I want to look at the springs, just make sure all the bushings are good in them. I was going to put the 4-link in it, but I'm thinking if I want to try and meet my goal, that shaves off shaves off quite a bit, because it's going to shave off the cost of the 4-link kit plus to shave off the cost of the springs. So what I'll wind up doing is just going with probably a set of coilovers in the back with the 9-inch, and see if I can get some springs. I think Dart springs, like early 70s Dodge Dart springs, will fit in the back of this thing. So probably get some of those cheap, or I'll take these out and just take them apart, put new rubber in between the spring leaves, and go from there. So the front's the big deal though, because that's engine fitment, and then cutting the floor out. I'm just going to cut the entire floor out, probably from at least the firewall back to where it stops being rotted. So get that, pull that steering column out at some point, and go. I think for a roll cage, I'm going to look at taking some measurements of this, buy a kit. Might have to cut it down a little bit, and probably just originally, let's see, go with like a 6-point. I think I can go 10 O's without a cage, but that'd be stupid. I'm going to put something in. It's going to have at least a bar. And then I got to get a window because this window's missing, broken. No big deal. If it's going to be a drag and drive, I'm going to order a wiring harness, put a modern wiring harness in this thing because it's going to have a modern alternator. I'll stuff that someplace. I don't know. I'm still torn about transmissions and everything else. I know I flip-flop on stuff. The money's not a huge deal. It's just I want to be able, if this was 20 years ago, probably longer than that. If this was 30 years ago, I'd have all the stuff to do this, and I wouldn't be like having to buy stuff new. But those days are gone. I sold everything at one point and got out of hot rodding, so I'm starting over. So once I make the initial investment in this stuff, then I guess I'll have it. But right out of the can, it's expensive to get back into this, especially now with tariffs and everything else. But whatever, I ain't complaining about it. So, all right, I think that's going to do it for me for today. I'm going to go home and have a beverage and think about all the bad life choices I've made with cars and continue to make, but that's okay. The rest of my life choices are good. And it all balances out in the end. So hey, you got to enjoy your life while you got it. So make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications, buy our merch. Descriptions in the links in the description. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and just keep watching. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for watching.